This is day 17, and as the song goes, what a difference a day makes. Wow. Wow. Things are starting to accelerate. I was watching some videos last night, and I took some notes that I wanted to talk about today. Move to a place where the question, what do I do, leaves my vocabulary. Oh my gosh. That lit me up. I got excited about living a life in which the phrase and the question, what do I do, leaves my vocabulary. Oh my gosh, I am all about that. Just so much to say and so much to write about just that. This idea that we have been trained out of ourselves. We've been trained to believe that the outside knows better than our own inside. Wow, isn't that the truth? And so, like I said in one of my earlier videos, even though I tend to say in my own counseling work with people that I don't have your answers, I was definitely going to LA seeking answers outside of myself. I was seeking people to point out answers that I had that I didn't even know I had, and all of that kind of stuff. So I am really grateful now for the pain of the last 2 weeks. I'm really grateful that I have been present for what has been breaking apart, breaking down, and ultimately breaking away, because clearly, in order for me to live from my heart, which is what I said I wanted to do, I have to stop living from my mind. I mean, I'm really starting to understand that all that I have been that has gotten me to this moment, all of the ways I've thought, all of the ways I've lived, all of the decisions I've made, all the ways in which I've expressed who I am, the whole thing that has got me to this moment, talking into this shaking cell phone, is not necessarily what it's going to be that gets me to the next moment. And that is more powerful today than it was a couple of weeks ago. For the last couple of weeks, that has just been downright frightening. That has felt like death, because on some level, it is death. And isn't it purposeful and perfect that the resurrection is on the horizon? I'm not a practicing Catholic, though I certainly grew up as a Catholic, and I have great appreciation for the symbolism of many of these holy days. And Easter, to me, is a very powerful metaphysical holy day. This idea of the resurrection, this idea that they can kill you, but they cannot take your life. This idea of identity, that our identity is energy, that we are eternal, that we are made up of stardust. I mean, last night we went and watched the moon, the full moon, come up here in Anchorage. And it had already come up right over the mountains that line the city of Anchorage. So my friend and I, we drove further south, about 15 minutes, and went to a place called Potter's Marsh, where, because of how the mountains are situated, the moon had yet to come up behind those mountains. And I was watching the white glow prior to this moon's, sliver appearing. And it was like, wow, look how bright the light is before we can actually see what it is that's casting the light. I was looking up at the stars and the planets, and I thought, wow, the Creator is such a playful creator, that it said to itself, okay, I'm going to be looking through these expressions of myself called people, and we're going to be looking skyward, so let me put myself in actual shapes and sizes that we can, name and label, the Big Dipper and our Orion, and it'll be a playground above us, and it'll be fun. And I just thought, wow, like nothing matters and everything matters. Like you hang out in the darkness with the moon rising and the planets twinkling, and everything becomes really super clear. So what I realized last night is, all right, the intelligence that's rising that moon is rising in me. And I am here to give it full permission to guide me. It does have my answers. It is my clarity. And it is all that I am looking for, I already have. And I've known this in so many ways, but clearly this piece for me is necessary and part of this process in order for me to do what I said I wanted to do, which is to live from my heart. And in order to live from my heart, I have to become mindful of how I've been living from my mind and how I've allowed my thoughts to live for me and to compress me and constrict me and oppress me. And so I'm just in awe of how it all is unfolding, and I'm in awe of the evolution that I'm in right now, that something really powerful is happening right now. I'm awake for it, I'm aware of it, I'm staying present with it, and these hour-long meditations are absolutely the perfect prescription for me right here and right now. This is day 17.